Hello YouTube, let's play another game. And we have our opponent. So let's see. Playing with the black pieces. He's taking his time on move 1. So we might have an aborted game here. No, we're gonna continue. And we're gonna play the Caro-Kann. So let's see which variation he wants to play. Let's pre-move this. Okay, and here, let's go for the Botvinnik-Carls variation, which I always like. And that's an interesting line. I believe I can continue like this. Just get my bishop out of the pawn chain. Here I guess trading is just fine. It's my bad bishop anyway, and now he's left with a bad bishop, so I don't know what he's thinking about, because capturing back is obviously the move. We just have a solid position. His bishop is pretty much a pawn here, so it's looking good. Looking maybe at ideas like this. Let's try that. I think we can afford to castle a bit later. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think it will be alright. And now I guess this doesn't really make sense because of this. So let's just continue development. Knight goes to one of these squares. Probably this is best, just putting more pressure here. And I can always take the bishop if I need to. And maybe the queen can come in, putting some more pressure. But also I need to continue development at some point, of course. Okay, so let's say this. He has 3 defenders here, so doesn't really threaten that. And this is another thing as well, because he can win here. So I'm just gonna develop. Very solid position for both of us, but he has a weakness. I don't. But he has a little bit more space, so that's the trade-off here. And still some ideas of this, but queen has a lot of squares, so doesn't really threaten anything. Now that idea is gone. Now in some variations you can sack here to win the knight, but in this case the knight is defended twice, so I'm just gonna castle. And he might go for something like this. Have a nice square for the knight. That's not too strong, since I still have b6 as a move. So I shouldn't be playing b5 probably. Or first of all it hangs upon if I play it right here, but that's that. Let's see, this just hangs a piece. Could consider this, but don't think it's very good here. Yeah, maybe just play it slow. If he goes here, I always have this. Then his knight is basically doing nothing there, so. And otherwise I probably can double up rooks. Just play it slow and see what he wants to do. And he could try to trade off his bad bishop, which might be something he wants. Although then b4 is a little bit weaker. Okay, that's interesting. Don't really know what his plan is there. I still can't take here, of course, but this doesn't really make any sense. I'm just gonna double up rooks. Like, he can come in here, but that's just a one move threat. Feel like I can move back. This is another thing, it's defended very well. Maybe he was trying to go for this or something. Yeah, he is. But I feel like that's very weakening. First of all, I can play this, which might be what I want to do. Yeah, let's go for that. This just weakens his king. This is defended. And I always have this square if I want. Okay, so he takes. And yeah, he can come in, but I can just move my bishop back. I think everything's fine. Okay, so he goes for that now. Yeah, I guess now he can go in there. But I have to move my rook twice, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, let's say this. This is defended, and I can always bring my bishop back to attack that knight. So even though it's a good knight right now, I don't really think it's gonna be able to stay there for long. And there's, I don't think, a real way for him to defend it anymore. I guess he could play this. He's trying to trap my bishop. Maybe this is an idea now. Guessing he's going here. Maybe this. Might have to do something like this to not lose my bishop. That was a smart plan by my opponent. Yeah, let's play this first. He can't trap it right now because I'm just gonna take here. Bishop is defending, so I can't take with the queen immediately. And here I might have to do this. And then this. It's a bit annoying. Is this a thing? Probably not. Takes, takes. Maybe it is. Got my king here. Let's try. It's risky, but it might be fine. If he doesn't take, I can take here. And that defends the bishop as well. So if he, for instance, attacks my bishop like that, I can just take. And yeah, he can open up my king, but his king is open as well. So, and he doesn't have a check over here, because the bishop is there. Okay, that's also interesting. I guess I can take. Could also just go here and do something like this. Might be better. Because if I can get a rook or a queen in or something, it's going to start an attack. And this will actually be a perfect umbrella pawn. He can't take it because it's his own pawn. And this is definitely a weakness. But I think I can defend it pretty well. Yeah, no matter how he takes, I can start bringing my pieces in, I feel like. If he takes, of course. Yeah, this just doesn't work. Can take it in two different ways. If he takes like this, I don't know, maybe this is an idea. And if he doesn't take, his knight is hanging, so there's that. So he probably has to take. Or I guess go there, but then I get this maybe. Or this. Yeah, so he does take. Now this maybe. Looking at this, but I think that's fine for me. If my queen gets in here, that's alright. Well, I guess after the king moves, he's just gonna have stuff like that. Yeah, maybe I can trade some rooks or something. Of course he can trade rooks, but I can just take back. You just have to keep in mind that after this, and he moves his king, this is hanging. Don't know if that's too much of a problem, but it is something I need to watch out for. Yeah, I'm up 2.5 minutes on the clock, so I definitely should start thinking about trying to flag him. Which isn't usually the way you want to win games, but it's part of the game, so you definitely should try if you get the chance. And that's actually interesting. So he's probably calculated something here. I'm gonna have to take, right? I don't know what he sees here. Let's take, because this comes with check, so he doesn't have time to take here. And I guess his plan is that after this, he wins my bishop. Yeah, that's smart, but I don't think I could have done anything else. And I guess I have this now. Still looking alright. And if ever this, I feel like I can get a nice outpost for my knight, so... And otherwise my knight is still putting pressure here, and that's always a thing for him, like he needs to keep defending that. That's not usually what you want. Things like this are maybe already a threat, infiltrating. And then maybe forcing a queen trade and then looking for these pawns. This bishop is not doing much. It looks scary close to my king, but not really having any threats. And he can do this. Then I have to calculate if this is a winning endgame. Because I'm gonna get that pawn. And this pawn. So probably it is winning. So yeah, that's another thing. But he is going for it. Yeah, I'm just gonna go for this endgame. Gonna take here, and he can't defend this. And these pawns are on opposite squares of his bishop. So he can never take those. And I guess here, this is a double attack. He can take here. So I could consider this. Because of this, I can take here as well. But I think this is better because I don't want 2 against 1 on this side of the board. Just to be safe. Yeah, if he takes here, I take here. That's perfectly fine. Also, he has 1 minute, so the idea of flagging him is still in the cards. And if he defends here, that's very passive. I'd be happy to see that. Can just take here and start pushing pawns. And then if he ever gets his king close to my knight, I can always go here and still go for this or something. So yeah, he is going for that. And probably this. It comes with check now. And then maybe even here, because it's a double threat. And he does get a more active king, which I have a lot of pieces for it. Okay, here, I guess he defends both pawns. And he probably wants to get his king in here. But I think my attack is quicker. Also, I could have maybe played this. Yeah, this should be winning as well. I can play it ultra safe if I want. So let's do that. Now his king can't come in. This is defended. He has 18 seconds. So this should be good. So let's start pushing. And let's push like this, so his bishop can never take the pawns. And maybe he wants to get his king over, but I think it's just too slow. And let's push this one, because his bishop is defending the other squares. Yeah, and he just has 0.8 seconds, so it doesn't really matter what I do here. That's probably what he was trying to get in, but actually my knight is defending this. So he should then go through this route, but it takes him a lot of time, and I would have queened anyway, so yeah. Let's go to the game review. Quite a nice game, I think. 84 accuracy, could have been better. So let's see. So yeah, Caro-Kann, Botvinnik-Carls Variation, and here taking is apparently wrong. I don't see this move too often. Yeah, knight here makes sense. Because this, he has moves with his bishop twice, it's actually fine. But this is also fine, it's just equal. And when playing with the black pieces, equal is good. Yeah, and there's not much going on here. Already I have a slight edge. Okay. Apparently I should take here now, which is interesting. And then a5, let's say he pushes. I can take here with the counter attack. Although he gets 2 pieces for the rook, right? But I guess this is just crushing. Yeah, I have more material here actually. I get 2 pawns for it as well. So that's an interesting idea. I played it slow. And this was a blunder because of g4. In this position. Yeah, so his whole idea to trap my bishop here was probably good. I missed that. And then here, b5. Yeah, that looks scary. I can't go here because of the bishop. Yeah, so I definitely misplayed this. But he did as well. And here, I'm slightly worse. This was wrong. What's his best plan? Yeah, just b5 here again. I can never go here. I don't know why I thought that in the game. Maybe after takes, but... Yeah, and here that just... is a trade, basically. A fancy trade, but afterwards I'm just better. This is a winning endgame, engine agrees. So let's see how I played that endgame. Yeah, this was all alright. This was inaccurate, but I felt like playing it ultra safe. And then here, I started to push this pawn because this pawn will promote on the square, which his bishop is defending, so... And he was out of time as well, so yeah, quite a nice game. Let me know what you think. For now, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye!